Alright, so in this video we're gonna talk a little bit about the trick I just posted a few days ago on Instagram. Okay, it's a trick I'm still working on, and it's called You're Already There. If you didn't see how it looks, this is it. What's up? Let me tell you a very quick story, okay? Using the cards, of course. So I'm just gonna go like this. You say stop. Here? Yes? Okay, so there was a very wise guy, and we're gonna represent him using the King of Hearts. You can see the king is very wise indeed because he's got like the long beard, and everybody knows because of Gandalf and Dumbledore that, you know, a beard is what really makes a person wise, right? So, but anyway, so the King of Hearts, the wise guy, was chilling under a tree like this next to a river, just, you know, smoking his pipe, you know how it is, enjoying life, when the Five of Hearts appeared on the other side of the river. And the five was asking the king, hey, how can I get to the other side of the river? So the king looked at the river, and then he looked at the five, and finally said, you're already on the other side of the river. And it was true. The five was already on the other side. So basically, it's a very easy trick, okay? It's just a force and two double lifts. And yeah, I'm just telling a story and sort of using the cards to illustrate what the story looks like, okay? So we're gonna get the method out of the way first, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about a few things that, you know, why I do things the way I'm doing, why am I using a force, you know, why am I doing things the way I'm doing, pretty much everything, you know. So yeah, I hope this is useful, and thanks for watching. I'm not gonna be teaching any techniques really in this video, okay? So I'm gonna put a link down below in the description box, and you can learn there about double lifts and breaks, which is all you need for this trick, okay? I'm also using a force, and I'm not gonna be talking about it very much, but you know, you don't even need to use the force. You can just go straight into the trick, and this is how it works. You have a duplicate card. In this case, I have two Five of Hearts, sandwiching a King of Hearts like this, okay? Now these cards go on top, and the original trick by David Blaine is like this. You do a double lift, okay, and you show the King of Hearts. You place the king on the table or in between someone's hand, for example, okay? So you do another double lift and you show the Five of Hearts. You do a magic gesture on top of the person's hand, and you have the cleanest transposition ever, right? So it's just two double lifts. That's the method, and it's very easy, really. But I just added a force, you know, it helps to disguise. And now I want to talk to you a little bit of why exactly I'm doing things in the way that I'm doing, where the idea came from, what I'm working on right now, and what I'm experimenting with. And yeah, I just hope it's informative. So, before doing this trick, I like to give the cards a few fake shuffles, you know, keeping that stack on top. But eventually, when it's time to do the trick, I just give the cards a few cuts. Of course, I'm keeping a break, and I never lose track of that stack, right? Right here. And I'm gonna force these cards into someone by pushing a few cards like this and turning them face up and placing them on the table. This is nice by itself because, you know, cards are passing and people can see that the cards are all different, you know, and of course, I'm not mentioning any of this. But eventually I'm gonna force, this is my stack right here, okay? So I'm gonna force my stack and do a double lift. I show the king and I place the king under the tree, right? I'm just placing the card under the box here to paint the picture, you know, under the tree. next to a river, and after I say that, I spread the cards because they can picture under the tree next to a river, right? Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna get a break and do another double lift. Yes? I show the 5, I talk a little, I don't know. I place the 5 on the table, and I can immediately go into the effect, which is show that the cards are now transposed, right? So first of all, when I get the king, the first card, I know which cards are gonna come out, right? The king, the 5. So why did I choose the king? Why did I choose a 5? First of all, I chose a king because kings, they actually have beards on the cards, you know, and I have a long beard, so I make a joke about it, blah blah blah. And this is really just a way to make people remember that this card is a king, you know. After the joke, I turn it face down and I place it there. Then I continue telling the story, I draw the river, and I go into the ending, okay? The reason why I like to force these 2 cards, it's not only because it helps the method, because I think it does, you know, it makes the trick seem that it would work with any 2 cards, you know, I'm not just taking the top cards, you know. So I think it helps disguise the method. And also, by forcing the cards and preparing this pile of cards here, I get ready later to draw the river, you know. And I think this is good because the way I like to approach my tricks is like this. First of all, I think, how would I do the trick if I didn't have to do techniques, right? And I would like to do the trick like this. Look, I'm gonna place some cards on the table. You show me, you know, remember this one. It's next to a river, blah, blah, blah. That's the story. And I show another card, place it here, and they change, right? That's how I want to do. So because I want to draw the river, it is just convenient for me to already have some cards here, you know? So if I'm forcing the cards and I'm separating this pile here, you know, it just fits. It comes in handy. So that's why I'm forcing. Not really because it helps conceal the method, which I think it does. But that's not the reason why I'm doing it, you know? I'm doing it because I'm gonna need some cards to draw the river anyway, so it just fits together, you know? Now, another thing that I want to mention is that this is a very tricky trick, pun intended. But really, this is a tricky piece of magic because, as you can see in my presentation, the story, which by the way is not mine, okay, it's just a story I heard through my life, but the story is in itself a sort of a joke, okay? It has like a deep message, which I like, and that's really the reason why I do this trick. But, you know, the story is like a joke. You're ready on the other side, right? And this sentence, the punchline of the joke, you're ready on the other side, that's also my magic gesture when I'm doing the trick. So that is hard because you don't want to joke at the same time as your magic trick, as your magic gesture. You know, if your magic gesture is like snap the finger and then reveal the card, you don't want people laughing in between these moments, because when you show the card, you want people to be what? My face, great. But anyway, when you show the card, you want people to be, you know, to feel, wow, what? That's impossible, right? And if they're laughing, ha ha ha, then it's impossible to make them feel the impossible, you know, because the emotions are not compatible, you know. If you can't be like, ah, ha, 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 oh my God, that is so impossible, you know. The emotions are too different. So it's kind of bad that the punchline to the story is a joke and my magic gesture. So really my biggest challenge with this magic trick is to find a way to not lose the power of the magic, you know, because that's what a joke right at the magical gesture does. It makes the fact that the cards change, you know, not so powerful. So how can I raise tension after the punchline, and how can I reveal the cards and raise tension so that the trick is going to be more impactful, you know? that's the biggest challenge with this trick. And well, you know, just to mention, as I already did, the trick is not mine. I saw it from David Blaine. You know, I'm just forcing the cards, and uh, the story isn't mine either. I just, you know, I looked at things and I was like, oh, this go nicely together, you know. And yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you understand a little bit of how I approach this, how I look at this trick, and you know how I come up with the stuff that I want to show people. So I hope this is useful to you in any way, shape, or form. And if it is, you know, if you can, you know, perhaps share it with a friend or something like that, would be very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you like the video. I'm gonna have a few more coming out, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye bye.